way or anything. They'd always stick the roster to like the Marios and the Pokemon and the Zelda and the Donkey Kong, characters like that. They wouldn't actually expand the roster, but with Melee and with Brawl, they started using lesser known characters because Nintendo knows that they have more stuff than just their big name stuff. And the game entirely is advertising, so if they advertise their lesser known stuff, they have stuff, to talk about. Like they could advertise it so they could bring more games out for that. Like Nintendo knows that they can't. There's more to them than just their big time franchises, and they know fans. They have fans of those smaller ones, so they put them in there for those fans, and they also put them in there so they can get those names more out there. And then obviously that name recognition, they use the big time characters. So it's like Smash Bros is basically just a big combination, like fan service game. Nintendo tosses every single thing in there: old, new, popular, not, female, villain, various series, region exclusive or whatnot, retro. That's basically what it is, and they want to toss in everything they got at the game, and they expanded upon it because the game, like I said, used to be just the big name things. Now they have smaller time things, and with Brawl, they made the biggest jump they possibly could by including characters that were not even Nintendo characters. They had Snake and they had Sonic, and they're going to keep on doing that. Now, I think, like I said, Smash Bros. 4 is just going to be a continuation of what Melee and Brawl did. More third-party characters, more lesser-known Nintendo characters, more region-exclusive, female, villain, retro, and all that stuff. I don't think they're going to make that next big jump just yet because, like fourth-party or something, non-video game characters. We're not going to see anything like that until future games, if even ever, or unless they find a different way to expand the roster rather than just doing something like that. They're going to actually try to do something very, very different, like with the next game. This game, I don't see them doing that, except for potentially in the originality of movesets. They're going to expand basically in terms of original movesets. I think when it comes to them expanding the roster, it's going to be characters that wouldn't have clone movesets, but more so like movesets that could definitively tell them this is a new character. This is not a character that can be said to be another character, So in other words, they're going to go and do another Brawl. They're not going to do another Melee, because Melee basically had like characters that definitely could be considered, clones. Brawl did not really have that, at least not as much as Melee did. They're going to try, like I said, they're going to expand the roster in terms of or characters that fit into those other, fit into the other categories. They're going to try to get more popular characters and get lesser known, female, villain, retro, region exclusive, third party, like try to fill in all those gaps and have characters that can be exclusive to each and every one of those categories. But they're going to make sure when they do that, they don't have characters that could definitively be clones. Like I said, if I add Girahim, or I add like an Andy, or I add like a a Micaiah, or an Issa, or like Travis Touchdown, those characters cannot be said like, oh, they're clones, because there's no way you could technically do characters like that and clone them to a character on the roster and have it make any lick of sense. So it'd be characters like that, they'd expanding like those lesser known characters, and the third party characters, like I said, that are just the ones are recently named, or big time characters like Girahim, which he technically could be a big time character now, in terms of characters that had original movesets. And then this is just what I see. It's not going to be a big time upgrade like what went on from the original to Melee, and then it's in like semi big to Brawl, like Melee to Brawl is a semi big one, not as big as the original to Melee, but basically about like a Melee to Brawl kind of upgrade, but not as big. There's a possibility that they can find that one special thing to their roster that can make it a lot different, but I don't see it until potentially a Smash Bros. 5, not Smash Bros. 4. So basically in the end, I see the roster being about 45, 48, a natural progression into the 40s, like high 40s more than likely, because we have never been at the high of the number yet. We've always been either the mid-range or lower. I think a good amount of characters will stay because they don't want to get rid of too many people, especially since a lot of the characters in the roster can still technically represent the Wii and DS. Some characters will be replaced, like the obvious, probably Lucario or Snake. There will be a good amount of newcomers because Sakurai is going to want to expand the roster some way and have newer characters that will represent the Wii and DS, and only the Wii and DS. But it's going to be mainly a continuation of what Melee and Brawl did. It's not going to be a big leap on the roster like the original was to, Melee. It's going to be more like they're going to expand on what they already expanded on, like giving much more popular characters like Girahim and Lil Mac, more lesser known characters like Matthew and Issa, more female characters like Micaiah or Crystal or Cat Nana, Mona, people like that. Captain Serp. Villains like the Black Knight or Medus. Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. Silas, Ridley, Girahim, which is also technically a villain rep too, even though he's pretty big. Stuff like that. Retro characters. Mac Rider, Balloon Fighter, Sukapone, Takamaru, the Sheriff, stuff like that, or even third-party characters. Neku, Cecil, Travis Touchdown, Mega Man, the Black Mage, Pac-Man, Lloyd Irving, Simon Belmont, Trevor Belmont, stuff like that, etc. They're going to basically take what they did in previous games and expand upon it. They're not going to try to find that new random group and try to find a character to represent that. They're going to basically take what they have now and continue with that, but doing it more in the Brawl way than the Melee way, instead of finding characters that they can easily clone movesets, where they're going to try to find movesets where they could have original movesets and make them different. Now, could they have that big leap? Could they have something else? Sure. I don't see it, because I don't see it happening this time. Maybe Brawl 5, Smash Bros. 5, but not in this one, I don't think, but it could potentially happen, and that's basically what I see. All those, 83 some odd characters I named, I potentially see them. The characters I see returning, the characters I don't ever see, and newcomers I potentially see in the game at all, and what systems it's going to be based on: the Wii, the DS, and the 3DS. Hope you guys like this video. I'm finally done with the roster part of the series. Eventually we'll get on the stages and on the bosses and assist trophies and everything, little music and whatever, stuff like that. But I'm going to take a break from now on, because I've been spending about the last 2 months, maybe, month and a half, doing this. And this is the finale to it technically, because I'm going into the future talking about Smash Bros. 4. I hope you guys liked it. I just like it was fun. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hope you guys liked it, and peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Hope you guys liked it. Put in the discussion section of all these 10-part videos. It's like a 10-part video series. Sorry about that. So much stuff to talk about. Talk about what you think about my choices and what you think I missed out on. See you guys later. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a nice day.